welcome back. As we promised that this edition of our breakfast show is going to be dedicated to the latest developments witnessed in the transportation sector and the mega projects held nationwide to promote this vital sector. To shed more light on this, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone Mr. Mohamed Sheta, international automotive and road safety expert. A very good morning to you, sir.
Yes, a very beautiful good morning to you and to all your distinguished viewers of 9TV.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what do we mean by smart means of transportation and how Egypt entered this field?
Can you please repeat your question again?
Sir, using smart means of transportation, what do we mean in the first place by smart means of transportation and how did Egypt enter this field?
Well, smart transportation is the trend all over the world right now. People all over the world are trying to use the public transportation in order to get from home to their workplace, for example, in a stress-free and a quick and easy and environmental-friendly way as well. For example, here in Germany, where I am right now, they have lots of so-called park and ride parking places where you just drive from your place or walk from your place to the next park and ride facility, and then you use the public transportation, either bus or a tram or metro or a monorail or whatever, any public transportation. And they make it very easy for everyone, so you can even book your seat online. You can see online when the train is coming. Of course, they are very punctual in Germany and in Europe in general. So you can combine this very easily. You can also check, for example, if you want to use one of those park and ride parking places or parking lots. Before you go there, you can see how many parking spaces are still available online. In some cases, you can even book a parking space online so that when you get to the park and ride facility, you can make sure that you will find your parking lot, your parking space, and use the public and smart transportation immediately. So the trend is going into this direction, and I think this will be a milestone for Egypt and for the Egyptian in their transportation behavior and their mobility behavior as well. So smart mobility is what everyone in the world is doing right now, every country, and thankfully we in Egypt are starting this step as well.
Yes. Sir, when you said that you are now in Germany, talking to us from Germany, I could not miss or escape feeling that proud of Engineer Hani Azer and how this guy was really such an ambassador to Egypt, proving that the Egyptians can do miracles and that our men, our young men, because he went there when he was that young, can do a lot to prove that Egyptians really are genius. Well, moving to the thousands of projects we are implementing on the ground in this field. In a very important meeting yesterday, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that also an integrated system of services should be implemented on both sides of all roads and access. How do you see the integrated process, the comprehensive process of upgrading our transportation system?
First of all, you're absolutely right that Mr. Hani Azer has definitely left a mark in Germany, especially in Berlin, where he was in charge of the Berlin Hauptbahnhof, which is one of the biggest, actually it's one of the biggest railway stations, not only in Germany, but in Europe in general. And I was lucky that when he was in charge of that project, I was living in Germany at that time, as a matter of fact, and I met him several times. And I think I'm talking from Munich right now, where he's also, I think, where he's living right now. And he's a very dedicated person, a very smart person, a very calm person. He doesn't talk much, but
works a lot.
he's a person of action. So,
Yes.
so this is actually he is definitely a very good ambassador and representative for the not only the Egyptians in general, but also for the Egyptian engineers and their capabilities. So I hope that many Egyptians who study abroad, for example, that what they experience and what they see in abroad, that they would use this know-how and transfer this know-how to Egypt during the next couple of years, so that Egypt can make better use of their citizens, of course. Back to your second question regarding the integration of all the different projects together, as you mentioned, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi demanded this. It is, of course, very important to have integrated mobility solutions. This is actually what is happening worldwide because now everything is connected. You know, even in the automotive sector, for example, you have all the cars. When, for example, you buy a new car, you can buy this connected package where you are always connected with the different sources of information. Let it be digital information or even call centers. So, for example, if you are driving your car, you are, for example, driving from 6th of October City to Tagamma, you can, while you're driving, your car is connected to the different information sources. You can see exactly, for example, which parking spaces are still available at different parking lots. You can see which shops, for example, are open at that time, and you can also see the timings, and you can even calculate your different use of different means of transportation through apps. For example, you are sitting at home and you want to, in 6th of October City, and you want to go to El Tagamma, for example, to the 5th district, and then you can just use the app, and they will tell you which mean of transportation, not only just one, but means of transportations are the most efficient, so you can go in the fastest time from A to B. They integrate the different means of transportation. For example, they tell you, okay, from the first point of your place, you can walk, for example, 500 meters to the next bus station or monorail station. Then you take the monorail station for example, from 6th of October to Mohandisin. Then you can change your mean of transportation, take then another mean of transportation. For example, the metro from Mohandisin to Maadi, and then from Maadi take another mean of transportation. For example, from Maadi to Tagamma or to the new administration capital. So this is definitely also will be happening in Egypt, and I'm very sure this will happen, because when we integrate the goal of all these integration of the different means of transportation and the different digital solutions is to give the opportunity to the Egyptian citizen to benefit from a very quick,
this is my question,
friendly
sir.
and efficient way
Engineer
of use
Sheta,
of
I'm sorry for the
transportation.
interruption, but this is exactly what I wanted to ask the Egyptian citizen. You are speaking about such a very, very smart way of dealing with the whole story. This needs the mentality of an engineer, I mean the layman in the street, those who do not have such an engineering background. Is it going to be that easy for them to use such systems, or it's a little bit sophisticated and it should take some time to learn?
No, it's actually very easy, because nowadays everyone has a mobile phone. I think what is very important is to have free Wi-Fi and free internet at those public transportation points. because this will make it easier for people to use public transportation. Because even if you don't have an internet package, for example, through your mobile phone operator because it's too expensive for some people, for example, but most of them already have a mobile phone with internet access. So as long as you have free internet, for example, at all those new projects like the parking spaces, like the metro stations, like the monorail stations, like the train stations, I think this will be very easy for people to get used to it. And like I said, for example, here in Munich, where I am right now, you can book your trip from A to B online, and you can see everything online even before you leave the house. So I think, of course, at the beginning it might be a little bit difficult because people are not used to it anymore. But I think people will very easily get used to it. Like, for example, 10 years ago, people were not used to WhatsApp, okay? And nowadays, everyone is using WhatsApp like it's the easiest thing in the world. So I think people will get very quickly used to it, and I'm sure all the different sources of information, like the radio stations, like the TV channels, like Now TV, for example, they would definitely show the people how easy it will be and how to use all these different means of transportation and smart mobility in a very easy way.
Yeah, inshallah. Sir, let's move to particularly the railway facility. It's very important to millions of Egyptians, and it witnessed a leap in recent years. Tomorrow is another day, and of course we are going from a step to the other to reach the monorail, for example. How do you see working on different aspects? I mean, to upgrade what's already found, to add more facilities, and to go to the monorail, which is going to connect the new administrative capital to many of the Egyptian cities around it.
Both the train network as well as the monorail network are extremely important for the Egyptians, for the Egyptian economy, and for Egypt in general. First of all, the start of the administration capital very soon. This will mean that hundreds of thousands of Egyptians will have to commute from and to the administrative capital very soon. So we need a very effective, a very quick, and a very environmental friendly mean of transportation, which we will have with the monorail, for example. As much as the normal train network is concerned, this is also extremely important for the Egyptian economy. First of all, it is in many cases much safer, much quicker than using the roads or road transportation and trucks for moving the goods. So, for example, if you look at Germany, for example, they use their train network for moving a huge percentage of all the goods inside Germany and also between Europe as well. So in order to reduce the emissions of the trucks and in order to reduce the accident and the road crashes of the heavy goods vehicles and the heavy trucks in Egypt, it is very crucial to expand the train network and make it more attractive for companies to use the train network for moving their goods. Of course, this means I also need to have a connected trail network, which means I should be able to book my different containers or my goods in an easy and quick and also cost-efficient and cheaper way on the train instead of the trucks, for example. And I think this is something also which the government has also considered over the past couple of years, and especially during the past 2 decades, where we unfortunately had some high numbers of road safety crashes and road safety fatalities in Egypt. of course, thankfully, through the improvement of the road network during the past couple of years, the numbers of road fatalities went down significantly. The numbers of road crashes went down significantly. But nevertheless, in order to be more environmental friendly, in order to use the train network in a much better way, the government will definitely have to look into making transportation, goods transportation through the trains much cheaper and much more attractive. And this is definitely a task I think the government will tackle during the next couple of years as well.
Inshallah. Engineer Mohamed Sheta, international automotive and road safety expert. Thank you very much for your input, sir. Have a very good day and have a safe trip. Well, by this we come to the end of our breakfast show today. You were in the company of my dear colleague Amal Mukhtar and myself Nermeen Abdurrahman. For more details, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching. Stay tuned.